So hi there, my name's Kate, and the guy that rides with me is the husband Nigel. We ride cube stereo e-bikes, full suspension mountain bikes. Our ride today starts at one of Lowther Castle car parks, just out of Askham itself, not far from the actual castle, and heading for Loadpot Hill. And we'll just turn right off the car park, over the cattle grid, and take this track straight ahead of us in front of the castle, which is on the left. Anyway, set off on our first off-road section, and there's going to be quite a lot of that today. It's roughly a 20-mile ride, and hopefully you can see the castle on the left-hand side. Lowther Castle really is, from the outside, it just looks like a princess castle. Lots of turrets, wonderful property, but it is a derelict building in the main. The roof having been taken off many years ago. The castle, we've got a really nice coffee shop and gardens that are open to the public. Popular location. So this is us going down to the river, just down from the castle. Smashing gravel track. Hopefully shortly you'll be able to see the River Lowther in the bottom here. I love this route. They've got specially designed little cattle grids, and the gate's usually open. In fact, this one doesn't have a gate. Just makes life easy for us cyclists. Beautiful views of the River Lowther, and in the background we've got the village of Helvellyn. So over this third cattle grid, onto a minor road, and we turn to the left. So this is a minor country lane, a gated minor country lane, so it's very quiet. Come along here, it's roughly about 2 miles in total, and this is one of the gates. It does have wonderful views to the fells. So to the right you go to Knipe, and to the left is Bampton and Bampton Grange. So we'll be heading up on the hillside ahead of us. And then further along, we're going to be taking a sharp left at the bridleway and heading for Loadpot Hill, which I think is one of them straight ahead of us. And at this point, we've come 3.5 miles, and the sun is just starting to come out. The husband's stripped off. Oh no, he hasn't. He's just rolled his sleeves up. It's getting warm. This is nice. Turning right, and we're into Bampton Grange. Just a nice small hamlet, I suppose, really. It's not very big. So just a quarter of a mile along the road, we go into the village of Bampton, and at the left at this junction will take you down to Ullswater, but we're going to go to the right. And we'll go to a left turn just along here by the telephone kiosk. I'm going to get my gears down because it's a bit of a climb. So here we go. Power on. Now this is just a country loaning, very little used. Takes you up to a couple of properties, a couple of farms, and goes across the fell, dropping towards Helvellyn, but we're not going as far as that. We're going to take a left-hand turn onto a bridleway. This is quite a climb. It may not look it on the video, but it is. But it's on a tarmac road, so that makes it easy. So here we go. Farm ahead, dead end. turning to the right onto this wonderful track purposely built for us. Don't think I've ever met anybody else coming along here. It's wonderful. You can see what I mean. It's just beautiful. Oh, it's not as clear as what I wanted. Fiddlesticks. Yeah, over that cattle grid, not the first on the left, but the second left farm track. Right away, heading for the fells. So you can see it's a nice coarse track at the moment, grass in the middle, and if you can see over to my right at about 1-2 o'clock, I've got the fell ponies up there on the fell. We're not heading in that direction, we're heading over to the left shortly. According to my display, in actually a third of a mile. There's a building ahead, but just before that we're going to take a left-hand turn. Gears down, power up, and this is us, bridleway. We're heading for the corner of that wall ahead of us, and then we're going to take a left turn, and the track becomes rather difficult to see. I think it's a case of winging it and hoping for the best. I suppose if you keep going uphill in a southwesterly direction, I think. At the stone wall here, we're going to go to the left. I did say it was going to be a big track. But it's through grass, open fell land. And onwards. So far so good. All uphill. Well, then it's to Loadpot Hill. What do I expect? So, looking round from about halfway up, you can see where we've come from. Seems a lot further than that hut that you can see in the foreground, but that's where we've come from. And at this point we've come 8.6 miles. It's just such a shame it is so cloudy, because you're looking right onto the Pennines over the back there. And on a normal day the visibility would be amazing to see for miles. Back on track, we had to do a bit of a detour because of bog. And it was boggy, but as you can see from my GPS, we are back on track. Okay, more bog. Yeah, I'm going to. And onwards. I'm hoping this is the track and not just a trail the sheep have left, because they do tend to walk in a line, leaving tracks. but I think it's for us. Nice and steady. Bottom gear and turbo, and it's getting somewhat steeper. Whose idea was this? Oh, mine, wasn't it? Let's go to Loadpot Hill, I says. It's dry enough. I'll manage it. Nice day for it. Bank holiday, let's keep out of the lakes. Tell you what, if I didn't have an e-bike, there's no way I'd be even tempting this. Well, I wouldn't, would I? Let's be honest. Oh yes, on a clear day, that would be amazing. But it's not. At this point, we've done 10.4 miles. Whew. We've got the remains of Lowther House, the ruins on the side of Loadpot Hill. Straight ahead of us, shrouded by cloud, is the Helvellyn range. And we're going to now climb up to the right to the top of Loadpot Hill. So that looks like the cairn on the top of Loadpot. I really gutted the views aren't better. We won't be back up this way this year. Well, having said that, you never know. It's quite a climb. Certainly will be a lot better. This is the end of April. It'll be a lot better when the ground's that bit drier. There was one or two bits that was a bit squelchy. So, going past the cairn, heading downwards towards the Cockpit on Moor Diffock, we've come 10.5 miles. And it's all downhill now. Alle flippin' Lulia. That was quite a slog up there. This should be fun. As long as it's all dry enough. Let's get the gears sorted. Here we go. So somewhere in the bottom to the left will be Ullswater. Hopefully we'll get some views of it as we go downhill. Sorry, shouldn't do sound effects. Oh, and there's the lake. Oops, stop, Kate. Oh, it's so yucky. And I felt a spit of rain. So I think the husband's not wasting any time. He's off, he doesn't want to get wet. Come to that, I don't either. Oh yes.
And then in there we've got panic in that dip.
Yeah.
Down those trees, the footpath towards along Cliff Fell, towards Glenwood Packardale, and you know towards Silver Point. And
that's the one, Silver Point.
Silver Point, and then on to Packardale. So that's going down there. But that's Helvellyn.
Presuming it's to the right here. Bike's got a will of its own at the moment. I don't know who's steering. It ain't me. Thank goodness it's dried out. This must be an awful route when it's really wet. Maybe I spoke too soon. You hear the squelch of bog. Lovely. So the route splits. The left route takes you down past Arthur's Pike, and we're going to go to the right, heading for the Cockpit. Gosh, this is really wonderful. As I say, I like the downhill probably much better than the uphill. But, on a fine day, how amazing would this be? And I'm sorry for the banging. I must get my kickstand replaced, I think. It's the only thing to do. It just bangs about too much. It looks like we might have a bit more bog coming. It certainly is bogland up here. Got another mile and a half of this. Well, it could be anywhere. I was looking for points that we recognise. We were fairly local to this area, but when you get up here on the fells, I can see how people get lost. Not that we are. Yeah. Don't make me laugh, Nigel. Oh, oh, just doing a bounce. We're going to the right, Nigel, here. That's where I'm going. That was a bit boggy. Oh, these bikes are going to need a good clean when we get back. The reason I'm putting these rides together is that Nigel and I are both seniors. We love to ride off-road, but trying to find the routes in Cumbria where we live has been quite challenging. Routes that we can ride anyhow. And there's plenty of routes up on YouTube that show the more technical advanced riding routes, but those are not for us, way too challenging. So basically I'm putting these videos together to show routes that we can ride, and hopefully you can see the terrain that we're riding over and decide whether it's something you want to do yourselves. No easy way through. It's just a whole bog. Oh, this looks better ahead. A road. We're going to go to the right. I'm just swinging around to look at the left. So, here onto what will be the track down to Howtown. That's to the left, we're going to the right. So we've got the Cockpit, the stone circle ahead. Oh yes, you can see the Cockpit now. And at this point we've come exactly 14 miles. Ah, do you know, I think I'm going to have my chocolate biscuit now. I think we deserve it. So straight on from the stone circle, following decent gravel tracks. A bit knobbly in places, but easily ridden. It's just nice to have something dry. And then we get onto the main track from Pooley Bridge through to Helvellyn, and we're going to turn to your right. And then immediately here's down, turn to the left. Oh, I used the wrong way, silly me. And we're going uphill. Done this route many times. An uphill climb and then a lovely downhill blast on grass towards the village of Askham. Oh, this feels so good. It's been an interesting ride. Husband must have enjoyed it, or he wouldn't have said, "Let's do a bit more, Kate." Here we go. And I'm coming up on you inside. No, don't come in front of me. And it's an up and over. Woo. And down to that gate, through it, and we drop down grass and then onto gravel and into Askham and to the pub. I think we've earned it today. So it's onwards down more grass and onto a rocky gravel track. Out onto tarmac and we drop into Askham. Lovely little village. The Queen's Head pub ahead of us and Askham stores just to the right. We've got a crossroads and we're going to go straight across. So down to the main road through the village and we're going to turn left. And the punch bowl's on the right hand side. The usual watering hole on a ride like this off Askham Fell. I really think well deserved today. So that's it, liquid refreshment consumed, and we're off back to the car. I'm just going to drop down through the village, take the river cycle path, just about a mile or so to go. So just over the bridge and turn left and then turn right onto the cycleway. Well, it's a footpath as well, but it's purposely put in for us all. Now ahead we've got an old bridge on the left hand side. If you went that way, it's an off-road route through to Emont Bridge and then you can get into Penrith, but we're going to go to the right. And at this point we've done 17.7 miles. So come along here, main road's ahead, running right to left. And we're going to take a left-hand turn up a gravel track to take us back to the car. Hi. Hello, little dog. So that's us back to the car park. And at this point we've done 18.5 miles. And this is where I sign off and say, hope you enjoy the route. I'm not sure I was particularly keen on it. A bit boggy at this time of year. But interesting with spectacular views. Or it would have if the day hadn't been so cloudy. Anyhow, have a little look, see what you think.